Thank you for joining us for your 5 News First at 4. I'm Morgan Wrigley, and it is a weather impact alert day, so we're going to get straight to Chief Meteorologist Scott Covert, the Weather Impact Team. If you've been watching on 5 News Plus, you already know we've been tracking the threat and timing of those storms.
That's exactly right. We're really at the beginning of this severe weather event. We've been tracking them for a couple of hours, but we're really just now entering into that prime window. Let's get straight to live radar right now. I'm working alongside meteorologist Danny Cassidy, who arrived at work at 2 o'clock this morning. Joshua Weisel in the 5 News Storm Chaser tracking things from the field. We'll bring you live pictures from the Storm Chaser there tonight as well. Right now in Washington County, that's where we find our only severe thunderstorm warning at the moment. We've had others throughout the course of the day. This specific cell moving through Washington County has some large hail with it. There's a couple of different actual hail cores with the potential, in addition to that, of 70-mile-per-hour straight-line winds coming out of it. There have been some areas of rotation with this cell when it was back over in parts of Adair County. That's going to be in Oklahoma, and that's why the Weather Service has this tornado possible tag associated with it. Hail has now come up to 1.5 inches perhaps in diameter, which tells us there's certainly some large hailstones potentially making its way to the ground. We'll look at those first. You'll notice it's kind of a messy signal. These gray areas is where you would expect to find some of those hailstones, anywhere between a quarter up to that 1.5 inch there. Now, on top of this actual severe thunderstorm warning, there is a flash flood warning, which encompasses a large majority of the area. That's a main concern. I don't want to say main, a major concern going into this evening, in addition to the potential for some hail winds and even some tornadoes. A lot of rain. We've already seen a lot of flooding today, especially across Benton County. These cells primarily at the moment impacting northwest Arkansas. We've had some in northern Johnson County. We're really watching the actual front itself approaching us from the west. That front is going to be over in eastern Oklahoma, and as that front here continues to track east, more of these little showers, more of these little thunderstorms are going to develop, all of which are going to have the potential for all hazards of severe weather. Right now, we see that hail core, especially in parts of Washington County, was tracking closer and closer to Greenland, and that's where we find 5 News' Joshua Weisel live in the Storm Chaser right now. Joshua, have you seen any of that hail yet, and what is the wind doing? The gust potential was up to 70 miles per hour. That flag's moving a little bit quicker than it was earlier.
Yeah, and we've been down here in Greenland for a little bit. For a brief second, we had some small hail, really nothing significant. We didn't really see anything quarter-sized or anything, but the winds have definitely shifted. We saw these blowing back towards the west when it was moving in, kind of more inflow winds, and now starting to shift kind of towards the south and east now. So we're looking south right now, kind of towards the I-49 southbound entrance ramp there. Winds are starting to pick back up here in this area, as I think that that second cell is starting to make its way into our area. So lots of people have pulled off of the road. Always love to see when people pull off into an area like a gas station and not underneath the overpasses, just because that's incredibly dangerous. But right now it is raining really, really hard out here, and definitely reduced visibility on the road. So regardless if this is producing severe activity in this area or not, definitely not the best driving conditions for anyone commuting. So take it easy out there. And right now it looks like our winds don't look too significant for the time being, but we'll let you know if we notice any changes besides this wind shift here. And definitely there's lots of lightning out here as well. So definitely take the precautions to protect yourself from being outdoors in the middle of these storms, and pull over to a gas station if you're driving. And don't pull up underneath an overpass, just because, like I said, that's dangerous. But good news is, at least here in this part of Greenland, haven't really seen that significant hail. So it looks like at least that's fortunate that it didn't occur here.
All right, thank you, Joshua. And our weather impact team coverage continues in the River Valley, where they've seen more sunshine to start the day. 5 News reporter Claire Everbach is live in Fort Smith right now. And Claire, what are the conditions like there? It looks like it's still sunny out there.
Yeah, Morgan, that's right. It definitely is more sunny over here in Sebastian County. It is quite windy, though, as you can see. And as the weather team mentioned, this sunshine that's happening right now might add to the severe weather risk later on tonight. I'm tracking the conditions at the Sebastian County Emergency Management Office. Officials here are also busy staying on top of the forecast and making any necessary preparations for the severe weather. Those preparations include closely tracking the forecast and sheltering if any sirens go off. Right now, emergency managers say Sebastian County is under a watch for flooding and tornadoes. They're asking everyone to stay on top of phone alerts, and they also say that the radio is another good source of information. We'll hear more from emergency management officials at 5, but for now, in Fort Smith, covering news where you live, Claire Everbach, 5 News.
Thank you, Claire. And today's storms are impacting a wide area. Let's go now to 5 News reporter Bo Russell. He's live in Centerton. And Bo, I understand a flooded road just reopened. Where exactly are you?
Morgan, hey, yeah, I'm on the corner of Greenhouse and Kimmel, and you can see the road behind me here pretty clear right now. When we got here just about 45 minutes ago, it was completely flooded in water, about knee high. And as you just heard from Claire, you know, it's sunny where she is right now. It was pretty sunny here just 10 minutes ago. Now we're hearing thunder and it's raining again. So that shows just how quickly these situations can change in heavy weather situations. I also want to show you across the road here. You see in situations like these, low-lying roads where they're pretty even with the ground next to them, and that water's all the way up to the road over there. Officials tell me that can become pretty dangerous pretty quickly because it messes with your depth perception. So when you're driving, it's hard to tell just how deep that water is, and that can become dangerous pretty fast in flash flooding situations. Now, Centerton city employees were out here when we got here. They tell me they've been really following the weather to try to help keep people safe.
But our concern is people be aware of this flooding, because it doesn't take much to put you off the side of the road. If you can avoid it, avoid it. That's the best I can offer. In the event you have to go through it, go as slow as you can. Keep your motor running, because there's a lot of times the water gets up underneath the engine compartments, it'll do you in.
We're going to keep our eye on reports of flooding in the area. You know, there's still a heavy weather watch in place, so we're going to be updating you on that as it comes. Be sure to stay tuned to the 5 News app. We're going to have updates there as well. Live in Centerton, covering news where you live, I'm Bo Russell, 5 News.
All right, thank you, Bo. And remember, you can stay safe, informed, and connected on the 5 News Plus Smart TV app. There you can find our extended forecast and live coverage from our weather team. Download on your TV and watch for free.